Western Pennsylvania contains a wealth of fine architecture, including a wonderful array of historic landmark structures. These structures illustrate our region's development from prehistory to the current day, and they reflect the values, processes, and cultures of which they were a part. Today, they provide us with a sense of continuity, a feeling that the past and the present exist together in one unbroken line. Equally important, these buildings act as points of investigation into our region's past. Critical to this investigation is a basic understanding of Western Pennsylvania's architectural periods and styles. Some of the earliest examples of architecture in this region, in fact, no longer exist, or exist only as archaeological evidence. At Meadowcroft Rock Shelter in Washington County, evidence exists of humans using this as a hunting shelter as long as 19,000 years ago. Later, during the 17th century, Native Americans belonging to the Monongahela culture had settlements in this region. By the mid-1700s, tribes such as the Lenni Lenape, Delaware, were living in and near Pittsburgh in structures such as these, which reflected their way of life. At the same time, European settlers began moving into western Pennsylvania. The structures these early settlers built reflected whatever knowledge they brought from their homelands. They were constructed using the simple tools and materials at hand, without the benefit of formal plans. This type of building is called vernacular architecture. Vernacular is not a style and is not specific to a time period. The term simply refers to buildings that meet basic individual or social needs and are not designed by architects. At first, settlers constructed roughly built log cabins, like this reconstructed cabin outside of Pittsburgh in Somerset, Pennsylvania. Log cabins provided early pioneers with cheap and effective shelter while they worked to clear the land. Early settlers' cabins were simple affairs built quickly from readily available local materials. Nails, which were handmade, scarce, and expensive, were used very sparingly. Most floors were earthen and chimneys were wooden, lined with clay. Later, log houses, or more rarely stone houses, replaced these first roughly built structures. Log houses, unlike log cabins, were made of logs trimmed flat and cut to fit together tightly. One of the few remaining of these structures in Pittsburgh is the 1790 Neal Log House, located in Oakland's Schenley Park. This house exists today because of PHLF's preservation efforts. Outside of the city, there are also a few examples, such as the Walker Ewing House in Collier Township. The wood floors, windows covered in oil paper, and wood shutters in some of these homes were considered luxuries. Later on, glass was installed in windows, and clay-covered log chimneys were replaced with stone. These houses would be expanded upon as communities grew, and by the 1830s, permanent farmsteads like the ones you see here were common in western Pennsylvania.